Okay, so anybody that knows me knows that I am a huge Last of Us fan. It is definitely one of my favorite video game franchises of all time. Say probably God of War and Last of Us are my top two favorite video game franchises, and I'm a huge Sony fanboy, as you can see by my hat. I love PlayStation, and I think this is funny because well, it's ironic is that I bought this game on PS3 when it first came out, Last of Us Black Label Edition, baby. Hell yeah. I was first to the scene. And then I bought it on PS4 because I wanted to see how much they beefed up the graphics with the remastered. And now Naughty Dog is going to get me for yet a third time with Last of Us on PS5. Now, what's really cool, and I'm very excited to say, is that I was just able to finally get a PS5 last weekend, so I can actually play this game for a third time on a third different console. So now I've had it on PS3, PS4, and now I will own it on PS5, and I will definitely play it probably until my eyeballs fall out because I love this game. I'm curious to see if they like change the AI like to make it more like Last of Us 2, because I used to know all the tricks and maneuvers for the patterns of the enemy AI in Last of Us. So the fastest I've ever been able to beat the game is about a little over 9 hours in one sitting, which is crazy. That's probably the longest playthrough I've ever done in one sitting. But I am very curious to see what kind of changes they've made to Last of Us on PS5. So I'm going to check out the trailer that they just released with the features and gameplay and see what they have to say about the new PS5 Last of Us. Oh, it looks so good,
I'm
man.
coming. More than 2 years ago, when we were finishing Last of Us Part 2, and we were working on those flashbacks within that scene for the first game, we got excited with the idea of like,
really
oh man,
good.
what if we
I
made
remember that.
Last of Us Part 1 to look as good, if not better, than what we have done with Last of Us Part 2, which we really pushed the boundaries of like what we could do from
hard to imagine.
gameplay and a graphical standpoint, and felt like if we do that, we could actually come even closer to our original vision of what the first game would have been had we not been constrained by technology.
Neil Druckmann's so awesome. I love his creativity.
The original creative vision of The Last of Us, I think in a lot of ways was larger than what the PlayStation 3 was capable of.
Yeah, I think so too. Whoa.
The tech of the PS5, it's like an open box of tools and goodies that we can play from and draw from. The 4K, HDR, improved haptics, 60 frames, help us
man,
to
this is why I wanted a
reimagine
PS5.
The Last of Us.
Dude. Oh
It
my
gave us
God.
opportunities to rebuild our characters at the highest fidelity.
Wow.
Not only are the characters more detailed, I mean down
Looks
to the,
so much
the
better.
irises and the pupil depth. You know,
Lighting,
you fall into the eyes
everything.
of the characters. Aside from that, the facial animation is just way more believable. Like all the nuances, all the little subtle reactions, glances, glares.
I love that
right?
scene.
Like you get all of
Whoa,
it
he looks so
almost
much cooler.
closer to sort of the original performances.
So no matter what you stick
The
to
acting
me,
is so good in
like
this
glue,
game.
like glue, like glue. Got it. Good.
We are able now to not only just have the highest fidelity characters in the cutscene,
Dang.
but also in gameplay. It's the same character, so now we can do these seamless
I didn't
transitions
think that
in
could
and
make
out.
it look better, but
Every part of the game
Looks even
benefited
better.
from
that
seamless
was such a good
transitions
scene.
and emotional scripting.
that was awesome, Matthias.
Our stories happen
Wow.
in gameplay, on a stick.
She knew my mom.
The
All
lighting
this
is so
stuff
much
is
better.
designed to keep you constantly in this world.
Riley, come here. Now you got this. Go.
I love the music in
One
this
of
game.
the things that the PlayStation 5 is really enabling is that we're able to have a density of physics objects in a scene that we could never do before. Like this has always been the dream, is to have this number of bumpables, chippables, breakables, destructible objects
can't
in a
believe how much
scene.
better it
It
looks.
just makes the
I
world
didn't think that was
feel
possible.
rich. It makes it feel lived in.
Oh, man.
Materials can have the properties that you'd expect. the
Nice.
turret truck in Pittsburgh, when it's firing
Oh,
at
that's
you
cool.
and it's just
Chipping away at
ripping
the
apart
cement.
the concrete.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
Sending objects flying left and right.
Seeing
Wow.
things break, like there's fear. There's a real fear.
Looks so much
that
more
it
realistic.
evokes.
And it's giving us a much more dynamic range of gameplay to play with.
Oh, that's such a good scene.
Our AI tech has just increased incredibly.
That's what I was curious
we
about.
based this off of was The Last of Us Part 2's AI. And
it's
it
gonna be
has
harder now.
sophisticated systems for things like the fundamental knowledge model of how these NPCs
That's cool.
perceive and understand what the player is much more sophisticated.
Nice.
Now how the enemies are communicating with each other, how they're chasing you, how they're flanking you, how intense that fight feels. It's so much more rewarding coming out of it from the other side.
Yeah. It's gonna make the game a lot harder, but way cooler.
The
That
other
scene
big
is
AI
so hard.
improvement is the buddies.
Oh, nice.
Buddies technology that we developed for The Last of Us Part 2 has this very sophisticated understanding of like, okay, this is where the enemies can see their exposure. We not only
nice.
have exposure, we have future exposure. So buddies can know, okay, that enemy is walking forward and they're about to round this corner. So in 3 seconds, that corner is going to be exposed. So I'd better move now
Dang, they beefed up
to
the
avoid
AI
this
a
enemy
lot.
seeing me. This really lets the buddies make very complex decisions and maintain that feeling of
now I'm
stealth
super
much more
psyched.
believably.
Rear naked choke.
Another big enhancement to the gameplay is that we have this technology called motion matching. Motion matching is this technology that's basically using logic that tries to match the desired
that scene
movement
looks so
to a
much
bucket
better.
of hundreds of animations. A mocapped actor has gone in and run this whole gauntlet of
Looks so
movements to get a
natural.
really full set of all the different ways a person can move.
Nice.
And then it's basically every frame trying to find the best matching animation that fits the path of where the character is going to go. And this motion model just gives this really seamless sense of transition.
I can't
Player's
believe how much
movement is
better
just
it looks.
A lot cleaner. It's this really smooth, organic movement through the space.
Nice.
First, we just had to build that core experience. And then beyond that, we wanted to add several features that fans have been asking for.
Oh, cool.
For example, we now have a permadeath mode.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Along that, we've added a brand new speedrun
definitely
mode
wanna try
so
that.
players can time themselves. There's a whole community of gamers
I
that
wanna
just
do a
want to see
speedrun too.
how fast they can play through this game. Beyond that, we added a bunch more of
Nice.
unlockables. So there's all these different outfits for Ellie and Joel that people can unlock. A model
cool.
viewer mode so people can really appreciate the
Wow,
details.
the details,
We added
nuts.
award-winning accessibility features.
Every single accessibility option that we offer, that's a barrier removed for someone.
As she surveys the apartment, her eyes wander to Joel. She steps past the couch. He wears the wristwatch Sarah gifted him, which now has a cracked face.
To my knowledge, this is the first PlayStation game that has audio description built into the game.
Yeah, I've never
built
seen
into
that
the
before.
cinematics.
Now it's nighttime.
The
Joel stirs
graphics
in
are
his sleep.
crazy.
And that's really the way we've tried to push the frontier.
It's
of
even more
accessibility in
detailed
this
than there
game.
was before. That's just, oh, that's insane. Wow, that looks
So much
good.
of the identity of The Last of Us is the world.
We revamped completely the art direction. You know, everything from these expansive vistas that not only are they beautiful,
so
but
much better.
you feel the environments. You feel the environments in a much more visceral way. The rooftops overlooking the Capitol building, for example, like just the breath of fresh air when you go up there and you just like, you feel that sort of release in tension. And then, you know, to juxtapose that down in the tunnels in Wilds, and you get that dank, flooded tunnel
that part's
feel,
scary
that
as hell.
humidity, you can actually feel it. All these environments are just completely reimagined.
Whoa.
Now we got our engine on the PS5, those haptics, the 3D audio, the fast
Dude, I could
loading.
really see the
It really
difference in that
creates a much
scene.
more immersive, and because of that, much more emotional experience.
One of the things I absolutely love with the 3D audio in The Last of Us Part 1 is being able to hear an enemy before they sneak up on you.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And trying to do a stalker fight with the 3D audio is just so much fun. You're hearing them skitter around in a different room, and you're hearing them trying to get it behind you.
Nice. Oh, that's gonna make it even scarier. Nice.
Having
That's
that
cool.
two-part reaction.
I like that a lot.
Hearing, turning, seeing, reacting. It's just really heightens that sense of just being grounded. You are in this character.
That's
you are
ins-
in this world.
That's gonna be scary as hell.
Now, with the PlayStation 5, the amount of control
I love that sequence.
developers
I love playing
have
as Ellie in
over
the first game.
DualSense. It's really, really cool. All the guns in the game have a variable amount of resistance on the triggers when you aim them. The
That's
way it works
interesting.
with the bow is that at the very beginning, when they're starting to draw the bow, there's a little bit of resistance. And then
that's
as
gonna
the
make it
bow
feel
gets
much
taller
more
and taller, the
immersive.
amount of resistance is increasing. And then when you release the bow, you're also getting that resistance going out of the trigger.
I'm curious to see what that feels like.
When you are aiming and firing the shotgun, you're going to get a haptic vibration on the shot. And
Nice.
then what I think is one of the ways that the DualSense really advances things is you're going to get a haptic vibration on the pump of the shotgun.
Oh, nice. That's
And
cool.
what's much more sophisticated
lot.
about that on the DualSense is that in effect has a little like speaker in it. And it's playing an audio file that comes through in the vibrations. And those two beats is what you're going to feel on the controller.
Nice.
This looks like a good spot.
This also ties in to the new
They made the
workbench
Last of Us
animations.
2 workbench.
So if you're seeing
Oh,
Joel
I can't wait to
taking
see
apart
Joel
a
beef
gun
up the
or
guns.
screwing something in, or
I love those
putting a new stock on
animations.
a gun, that moment where he's like jamming that on,
yes.
you're going to get that haptic feedback on that.
Oh,
We have,
that is so
haptics
awesome. I'm glad
all
they
across
added
the
that.
board, for all the moments you kind of expect for clambering, jumping, landing, meleeing, getting meleeed, like all those kind of high intensity moments we have represented in the haptics.
Nice.
What I personally absolutely adore is the way we can enhance the really like quiet, subtle moments of gameplay. So it's like when Joel goes
I
in
love
to
that
pet the
scene so
giraffe,
much.
getting that little light touch on the haptics as he's petting the
That was
giraffe.
such a good scene.
To me, that's the essence of The Last of Us. It's the
The
high
music
tension
in that
moments, it's the
scene
low
was
tension
so
moments,
good.
it's all of it feeling grounded. It's you're feeling immersed in this world. It's all about bringing you along with that story in as many ways as we can, and that's what the new technology on the PlayStation 5
I can't
is
believe they
allowing.
made it look even better. Wow. I'm so glad I got a PS5.
Everything you hoped for?
Jury's still out.
There's something special about that core experience of playing as Joel and Ellie on this journey. Then to take that experience and really honor it and keep the authenticity of it, but elevate it in every way possible, whether it's pipeline, whether it's art direction, whether it's a technology, everything that allows us to make that experience better. Not different, extremely better. That's why, to me, this is the definitive way to play The Last of Us.
But I have to have it. Oh, that scene looks so much cooler. Oh man, that looks great. I am definitely getting this. Let me see, there's a couple scenes in here. Get to see how pretty it was. Let's see. Wow, that just looks so good. Everything just looks so much crisper. I didn't think that was possible. Oh man, Ellie looks great. This was such a good scene too. That's probably one of my favorite sections in the game. When you get to play as Ellie. Those cannibals, those guys were creepy as hell. Let's see what else. These comparison shots are great. Wow. It just looks so good. Initially, I didn't think that they could beef it up that much. Because, I mean, honestly, I thought the PS4 version looked really good. But this is, yeah, this is pretty epic. Oh, man. Looks so good. I can't wait to see the intro to the game. Because the intro to Last of Us is probably my favorite intro in a video game of all time. It just totally set the mood. The tension and everything. Plus, I love that they're in Austin, Texas, because I'm a native Texan. I'm from Houston, Texas, so I thought that was cool. That's probably why I'm such a big Joel fanboy. I do like how they beefed up the AI to Last of Us 2 style. That's going to make the game much more difficult, which is great. But this part, the AI being smarter, this part was hard in the first game, with the original AI. So with beefed up AI, This is gonna be hard. That part's gonna be difficult. I did like how they said there was this scene looked really good too. I do like that. See, I haven't played a game on PS5 yet, but I do like that dual sense. You're gonna feel the resistance in the weapons. It's just gonna make it much more immersive, which is, I mean, that's what gamers want. They want to feel like they're truly in the game. It's an interactive movie. You're in the movie. Let's see. There's something. Oh man, Ellie. Oh, the characters look so good. Dang, the detail on Joel's face. That's nuts. The environments too. Wow. Oh, that looks great. Let's see what else they got here. This was a good scene too. I remember that scene. Well, of course I remember that scene. They made these look. I just can't believe how much better they made all these environments look. Like it went from, let's see if I can capture it here. Like it's so foggy in here, but then bam, so clear. I'm so glad I got a PS5 in time for this game. That was great. There's so many good scenes in this game. This, I'm really excited about the 3D audio. This is going to be so cool. It's going to make the tension so much higher.
Around in a different room and you're hearing them trying to get it behind you.
I like that a lot.
Having that two.
That is cool. I like that. That Ellie sequence is going to be so rad. What else I want to see here? Oh, this. I'm like nerding out over so much. Because I loved in Last of Us 2, the way they did the animations for beefing up your guns was so freaking sweet. And I'm glad to see that Joel is going to have animations now where he's beefing up the guns. I thought that was such an awesome thing.
To the new workbench animations.
I love this. The way they did this in Last of Us 2 was so cool. I'm really excited to see Joel beef up the guns.
So if you're seeing Joel taking apart a gun or screwing something in or putting a new stock on a gun,
I like that a lot.
Moment where he's like jamming that on, you're going to get that haptic feedback on that. We have.
That's cool. I'm really glad that they added that in this PS5 version. I can't wait to see this scene on PS5. This is. I don't like to sound like super cheesy, but this was probably the most sentimental scene I've seen in a video game. It was really cool. Very heartwarming. Right before shit went down at the hospital. Dang. Yeah, Ellie looks a lot more like she did at the flashbacks of Last of Us 2, which is cool. It creates more of a synergy between the two games. More consistent. I'm curious to see how good the buddy AI is, because they could make Ellie very useful in a lot of situations. It would be nice to have her help. Oh, yeah, I love this scene. I love every freaking scene in Last of Us. The whole game is just a masterpiece. Well, and I do like that they added the part 1. I think that's cool. It's just a nice little touch. But I will, yeah. So I know what I'm doing on September 2nd. I am going to stream this game on Twitch until my eyeballs fall out or I'm just dead tired. But yeah, this looks fantastic and I can't wait to own it for a third time. I've already gotten it twice, so I might as well get it on the third PlayStation. Since I got it on PS3, PS4, I might as well get it on PS5 as well. So, Naughty Dog, you got me again. Your games are just too freaking awesome. what can I say? Anyways, this was just my reaction to Last of Us on PS5. Cannot wait to play this. I will definitely be playing it all night. Second I get it, I'm playing it as long as I can until I just get exhausted. But anyways, thanks for watching this video, guys. If you can like and subscribe, I really appreciate it. It helps with my videos, helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.